Hey everybody, this is Josh from ASA. I'm here at Pine Ridge Farms in Clarksville, Tennessee to announce something new that ASA is bringing out in 2026. When I get ready to talk about this initiative, this is something that's been in the works for the last 5 years. Has been talking, planning, and the reality of it is I think there were conversations prior to that even. And so it's been building to this new event in 2026. It's going to take place right here in Clarksville, Tennessee, about 50 minutes north of Nashville. So we're explaining this video. It's going to be short. You're going to have lots of questions afterwards, but it is a save the date video. So right now you want to mark your calendars. August 20 through 23rd. It's Thursday through Sunday in August. We're going to be here at Pine Ridge Farms. And what are we going to be doing at Pine Ridge Farms? We're going to have an archery festival unlike anything else. This archery festival is going to have 12 ranges that are going to range from 30 to 50 yard maxes with easier terrain to a western range that's going to have shots of 100 plus yards. What we want to do here is develop courses and fun for everybody that can come and shoot. And whether you're just starting out or you're a seasoned vet or you're getting ready for hunting season, we want to have the most diverse shooting courses in all of archery at this event. So those are the courses. What else is going to take place in this festival? On top of the 12 ranges, we're going to have a night shoot where we light targets up under blacklight. We're going to have a steel target challenge. We're going to have food trucks. We're going to have long distance shots, tons of giveaways. We're going to have concerts every night. We're going to maximize the fun for the archery community to come and hang out. We're going to have hunting vendors here and industry vendors here to show you their products and get everybody amped up for hunting season if that's their thing, or get you ready for indoor, or just to have fun shooting. So that's the festival portion. In addition to the fun shoots and all the festivities that are going to be going on, we're also going to offer 2 money classes. We're going to offer an open class and a female class. The money classes consist of 2 days of shooting. You're going to shoot 30 targets on both days. So 30 targets one day, 30 targets the second day. We're going to take the top 10 competitors in the open division and the women's division, and they're going to go into a shoot down that is unlike anything seen in archery. What are you shooting off for? Well, that's what I think we're probably the most excited to put out there. This is going to be archery's highest payout, period. In the open class, we're going to be competing for a first place prize of $60,000. Second's going to pay $30,000 and third's going to pay $15,000. In the women's class, we're doing a first place payout of $40,000, second place of $20,000, and a third place of $10,000. If you think you can shoot a hunting bow, that's right, our money classes are going to be with hunting equipment, and not this quasi-competition stuff that we see brought to the bow hunter classes at ASA and other organizations. We're talking true hunting bows, 35 axle to axle max bows, drop away rest or fully enclosed. Whisker biscuits are legal, but no blades, no magnification in your scopes, 18 inches front stabilizer, 15-inch rear stabilizer, and the big one is a 246 max diameter arrow with screw-in points. We want you shooting the bow that you're shooting in your backyard, that you're taking into your tree stand, that you're competing on lignites with. This is a bow hunter class, a true bow hunter class with big money. So if you think you can compete with that bow hunter class, come on out. There will be more information about the shoot down to come. The other thing we need to talk about is what are the registration fees for this festival. Well, if you're just coming to participate in the fun shoots, to take advantage of the 12 courses, you can shoot from 8 a.m. on Thursday morning to 2 p.m. on Sunday afternoon. You can go to all the concerts, you can visit the trade show, all kinds of fun. It's a $100 registration fee, gets you access for everything. If you want to shoot in those money classes, it's a $250 registration fee. In the open and women's class, $250 gets you access to the money class, as well as all the other festivities that are taking place all weekend. So this is going to be the highest pay, most exciting show in archery. Mark your calendars, August 20th to August 23rd, 2026. You want to be at Pine Ridge Farm in Clarksville, Tennessee. Tell us a little bit more about Pine Ridge. What makes this property unique? What kind of experiences do you typically offer here? Just tell us a little bit about the place.
Pine Ridge Farm is a 420-acre outdoor kind of paradise for us. We originally started it with clay target shooting in mind, upland bird hunting. We saw potential for deer hunting, turkey hunting, had a phenomenal cabin already on the property, so we rent out the cabin. We've done weddings, retirement parties, but from day one, we knew just sharing this property with other people was really what this place was all about.
I think one of the things that struck me as we drove around was, you come out here and it's so diverse. You have, flat grounds, open fields, you've got really steep terrain, valleys and ridges, open pastures. So it's a dream layout for what we're looking for, which is to make archery fun, right? And to have a festival. So how do you see the terrain and the terrain here being a benefit to an event like this, giving shooters something that they might not experience at a typical ASA or target event?
It's the only flat ground here is ground we have flattened. So the terrain is extreme at times, but it's beautiful property. It used to be timberland, then it was turned into a hemp farm for a few years. And for challenging shooters of all disciplines, the terrain is really the key feature here. But having the open fields, the pine thickets, the ravines, we have a little bit of everything to offer.
Yeah. And so when Scott and I first came out here, we came out a few months ago to look at it for a Pro-Am. And we knew relatively quickly it wasn't going to fit in the Pro-Am. And so the second day we were sitting here and I threw out this, I think we have another option. And I have already talked about how this has been kind of a 5-year plan to do something like this, and it was easy for me to connect the dots seeing it right away. But what was intriguing to me is that when I presented that kind of a change in plan, which is a pretty big change. I mean, we made a 180 from where we started on Monday to lunchtime on Tuesday. It was a pretty quick, enthusiastic yes from you guys. There was not much of a sales pitch needed there. And so what was it that excited you about the opportunity to do something different?
Well, that's just the whole sharing the property. I mean, we want people here in whatever capacity that may be. So if it's clay shooting, great. If it's going to be archery, that's fantastic. So whatever we can do to accommodate, to get people out here enjoying this property in the outdoors, that is our goal.
I think the key to it was the pivot, the change of format that we're just now kind of releasing to everybody. It really played on the strengths of the property instead of kind of showing some of the weaknesses in any other format. So the new format that I think this is going in, the property really shines in that format.
Yeah, and when we first opened and got an archery range going, we set it up pretty challenging. The lanes were very narrow. There were obstacles you had to walk over in order to do it. And the shooters came and said, no, we do not like this. Your lanes need to be wider and flatter, and you need to put orange paint on roots and things. And that's really not exciting to us as much as something natural, where people are out in the natural, in hunting type scenarios, like you would actually be out in the woods doing that.
Well, we talked about Pine Ridge Farm. Let's talk a little bit about the surrounding community. So I know Clarksville's close, and we've met with them and talked with them. Right kind of in the heart of Tennessee. We fly into Nashville. It was maybe 50 minutes up the road. Traffic today, we're probably closer to an hour. But in your opinion, why is this area such a great event to host an event like this?
You got Nashville, you got the downtown nightlife, you got country music. When you get to Clarksville, a little bit of everything. There's family destinations, there's lots of outdoor parks, there's the museum downtown, we have wineries, we have a lot of breweries. Whenever you get outside of Clarksville heading west to Stewart County, you have Land Between the Lakes, one of the largest outdoor recreation areas. So a lot of fishing, a lot of kayaking, boating, tons of Civil War memorials and battlefields. Fort Donelson in Dover is a big destination for anyone who is interested in Civil War history. So have a very good variety of, if you want to spend nights in Nashville on Broadway, or if you want to go see some hiking trails and some great outdoor areas, we have it all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, we can't thank you enough for not just today and welcoming us here, but also for your just attitude towards taking on an event like this, and I think we're going to together truly create something special that brings some fun back into archery, not just from a festival side, but also from the competitive side. So thanks so much. Now I just need, because I'm not always the best with words, so this is your opportunity. Give me your best sales pitch for why an archer should mark on their calendars August 20th through 23rd that they need to be at Pine Ridge Farms.
You know, it's going to be challenging. It's going to be fun. It's going to have a vibe to it. You know, there's going to be a lot for the whole family to experience, whether that's, you know, kids, you know, not just the competition side of it and the serious side of it, but we want to make it be an experience when they come here.
That's great. And that is something I think we want to stress. There is the competition, although we're kind of changing that up to make it not just your, you know, bring whatever bow you have, you can compete with it. Right. But really, if you have a bow, whether you bought it at Walmart, Bass Pro Shop, or you have the highest end, there's something here for you to come out, have a ton of fun, be with other like-minded people, and enjoy a great event. So thank you so much. With that, we're going to jump over to Scott Parrott and talk about what he sees in the terrain here.
Gosh.
Oh, good luck.
Talked about the location, we've talked about Clarksville. Now it's time to talk about the fun part. The courses, the terrain, the overall experience for people. And there's no better person to talk to than ASA's National Tournament Director, Scott Parrott. Scott, thanks for being here today.
I'm excited.
I know you're excited. I'm gonna keep the questions coming. So Scott, I know this is something you've been pushing for a really long time. As you kind of always talked about it, a hunt shoot. As we started to put the idea of a hunt shoot together, I think it took the elements of what you were looking for in a hunt shoot, but we really wanted to encompass all of archery and just have one of the most inclusive events out there so that everybody can come. So, you know, you got fun, you have competitive courses, community, the energy, all coming together in one event.
Yep.
And so talk a little bit about that vision. What made you believe that ASA needed something like this?
ASA's been unbelievable organization for many years, and it still is. But I just always pictured some kid 7 years old standing there with his grandfather who's 75 in any recurve compound, doesn't matter. Just anyone and everyone coming out to an event and not worrying about a score, not worrying about anything other than the fact of coming out and just enjoying the location. Enjoying the target setup. I want people to walk away and look at one another and go, that's unbelievable. I've never done anything like that before. That is unbelievable. And I think that's what this location holds and this event's going to hold.
So now that it's finally happening, we're talking about the event. What excites you most about that? Is it the courses, the terrain, the community, the payouts? What piece or pieces, I guess, because I know you're not going to be able to narrow it down to one piece, but what, when you saw this event, you and I started talking, made you go, yep, this is the place and now's the time?
Yeah, first and foremost, location. I mean, this is really over the top, and I really mean that, over the top. You know, we looked at this location and as you know, we were here, and I was a little disappointed. We walked away, and then we thought about another plan, and you came up with another plan, and the excitement's just been unbelievable since then. And the location, the terrain is phenomenal. This is going to be something people, I honestly believe this, and I mean it at the bottom of my heart, this will be something that most every bow shooter's never seen anything what they're going to experience here. This is going to be over the top. And the other thing I'm really excited about, because this is the two things, is me and my guys. We put a lot of pride.
And girls.
And girls, yes, guys and girls. We put a lot of pride in setting courses that people walk up on, they look and they're like, wow. And they're going to be excited. The guys and girls, when they see this and we start setting targets, it's just going to be a high five every single target almost. This is going to be, as you can tell, I'm very excited.
Yeah. Well, talk a little bit, go into a little more depth. You've walked this course, you've looked at maps, you and Joey have spent a lot of time talking about it. What do you see? Give people an idea of what the courses will look like.
Here, you'll experience everything that you could possibly think of. There's a chance you're going to be shooting on flat ground, an open field. There's a chance you could be shooting straight uphill, straight downhill, across a hill, through a canyon, over a canyon. You're in the timber, you're out of the timber. You're shooting in an open field with straw grass. It's just going to be phenomenal. There's everything that I could possibly think of sitting a course. Joey and Melissa had it here, and I just can't say it enough. I can't express it enough. This is going to be phenomenal, over the top.
One thing I think we need to mention now, and there'll be plenty more information coming down the road, but one of the things I think we should mention as you talk about that terrain, it's gonna be some of the most challenging terrain ever seen in an archery course.
Yes.
But the flip side of that is the way this property lays out, we also have some courses that we can set that are minimal walking, flat, and but can still have a challenging course for somebody who maybe has a 20 or 25 yard max. They can still enjoy it. And I think that we want to make sure we capture that, because you started with a 7-year-old and a 75-year-old.
Exactly.
And we want them to go out and have as much fun as, say, the Levi Morgans of the world that come out here and be like, wow, that was...
Yeah, if you're shooting, your max is 15 yards, if your max is 40 yards, we want you to experience what everything this event has to offer. And I think you'll see that no matter what yardage you shoot. This terrain is unbelievable. It has the ability, we have the ability, all of us, to set this event so that someone who shoots a max 15 yards, max 40 yards, max 60 yards, whatever.
Max 100 yards.
Max 100 yards, whew, maybe. And they'll experience that no matter where they're at, what age they're at. Like I said, they have the most unbelievable place here. And I think the biggest thing that I'm excited about is we can set every type of range that we feel like setting. We can set the easiest to the hardest to the most challenging to the, it's going to be everything. It's going to be everything from shooting your bow to walking up and down the hills to pull your arrows. I mean, it's just going to be a very exciting event. And there's no telling what type of, you're liable to see deer, quail, all type of game while you're out here, because this place has everything.
They're not live targets.
No
if
live
it moves,
targets.
don't shoot it.
Yeah, if it moves, don't shoot it. Especially if it has horns, don't shoot.
So when you think about all that we just walked and kind of brainstormed a shoot down there. Talk about, so the vast majority of shooters are probably going to want to come to this event just to have fun. They're going to want to visit the trade show, eat really good food, participate in a bunch of novelty things. I mean, the field behind us, we were just talking to Joey, like, we could drop a target out there at 150 yards.
Yep.
Put a dot on it and just 50-50 almost. Put $1 in at the shoot down wall. But we were walking the shoot down area and dreaming about that, because it's going to be different. The exciting element to me is the majority of shooters are probably going to want to come here and have fun. And then you're going to have a good chunk of people that want to come out because they want a chance to win that $60,000 or $40,000 in the Open or the Women's League. The exciting thing for me is the environment that we're going to create here, I think, is going to expose people to, one, either you're a stick in the mud competitor that hasn't had fun in archery in however long you've been shooting,
ever,
or you've only participated in the fun side of archery and never experienced the competitive side. This event's going to bring everybody together. When you think about that, what do you think that does for archery and the industry as a whole? You've been around this game a long time.
Yes, I have. And I'll tell you, I'm going to bring up a little situation that I was involved in and been proud to be involved in. We assist with a collegiate shoot. And if anybody's never been to collegiate shoot, those kids are over the top. The kids are just, it's not the fact that they're screaming and yelling because they're just screaming and yelling. They're screaming and yelling with excitement, with fun, with joy, the camaraderie, the fellowship. It's everything, the team, the college. And honestly, I feel like, and I'm hoping we bring a lot of that here. And in the whole environment here, I don't want to say it, to come here, this is going to be a party weekend. It's going to be a phenomenal over the top, the best time you'll ever have shooting a bow. This is the deal. If you're not really a big bow hunter, you're not really a big bow shooter, okay, you're going to want to come anyway.
Right.
This is everything that you're going to experience here is not necessarily because you got to put bow in hand. You really don't. And that's the part that excites me the most is there's going to be people here. Like you said, I've been doing this a long time and I know a lot of people. There's going to be people here I've never seen before because it's a total different style of an event that I think is going to actually take the industry to another level, in my opinion. And I hope it does because that's where we need to be.
Well, even on the competitive side, there's
Yes.
such a small percentage of people that actually shoot competition bows. And so by having this be a big money shoot, highest paying in all of archery,
Nobody paid any higher. Nobody.
and to put that out there with a hunting format, and I joked in the opener, not a quasi competition bow that we see in the bow hunter classes, but a genuine, this is what you walk in the woods with.
Yep.
We could be seeing names in that shoot down we've never heard before.
People we've never even knew that they existed.
Right, and at a $250 registration fee, man, if you're the king in your backyard, this is the time maybe to come out and
Can you imagine living somewhere in rural America that you've got a couple of 167-inch deer on the wall and you can really shoot a bow really well, and all of a sudden you walk in here and walk away with $60,000?
and that's what
That's what it should be about.
that's what the event is about, the excitement and the fun and just inclusive, bring everybody in. So,
And I'm going to be here.
and you're going to be here. Scott's going to be here with the whole team. Show up just for Scott.
Yeah.
So, but we know that a video like this brings up a lot of questions. Registration details,
Yep.
when's sign up going to be open,
Yep.
event name, sponsors, shoot off format, website information, social handle, social
Equipment,
media
equipment,
handles,
everything.
equipment. We know those questions are out there. And so what I ask now is that people not flood the ASA office with phone calls and emails. We know what the questions are, and there's a process that we're following, some of it through sponsorship and other stuff, but there's a reason for the time. So what we're gonna do at ASA is every Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're gonna launch a video. The way we're gonna do that, we'll put clips out on social media so people know that they're there on Facebook and YouTube and all those, or Facebook and Instagram. We're gonna release a full video tackling these topics every Friday at 5 p.m. So stay tuned for those videos because that's where you're gonna get the most of the information. Today really was to build excitement, get the save the date out there. And then I think in closing, there's probably gonna be some shock when this video comes out. Not only with the shooters, with the payout and the fun and everything that's going on, but to the industry leaders and sponsors, right? And I think it's important for us to take a moment and say to, the industry sponsors, our partners, the brands, manufacturers, the shops, the leaders who've supported archery, whether it be in competition or hunting for decades, first and foremost, we want to say thank you. I think that needs to be heard from ASA. Thanks for everything that you've done, everything that they continue to do to support this industry. We wouldn't be where we're at today, ASA or archery as a whole, without their support.
Exactly.
So yes, there is an element of, well, then why are we finding out with everybody else? And that was intentional. That was, you and I have talked about this.
Yep.
Here's the truth. We know that so many times throughout the year, the industry's getting tapped on the shoulder and, they're contacted by shooters, they're contacted by events and organizations for more funding. And the sponsors they give, they show up and it's over and over again. So for this event, we wanted to do something a little different. We wanted to give back to the sponsors, to the people that have brought archery to where it is today. So we want to build this festival of non-endemic funding. That's
Exactly.
been a hot topic for years in the industry. Well, we need to step out and do it. And so for that reason, we haven't contacted the industry and our sponsors, and we have not contacted them intentionally, and we're not going to.
Exactly.
We don't want them to have to fund this event. That doesn't mean that we don't want them here, right?
No, we want to be a part of it, for sure.
That's quite the opposite. We want to have the industry here as exhibitors, present, involved, because we truly believe, as you said, this is going to be one of the biggest events in archery. And so, of course, we want them to be a part of it. We want them to come out and have the excitement going into the bow hunting season, or have the excitement seeing the 7-year-old out here with the 75-year-old grandfather or grandma shooting their bow. We want this event to be as much for them. And the way that we're structuring the vendor village going into shoot-offs, they're going to have a wild time, and we want them here. So from anybody who's ever had a bow in their hand to the manufacturers, the industry sponsors. This is your open invitation to save the date, August 20th, 23rd, 2026, Pine Ridge Farms, Clarksville,
Tennessee.